Hi there everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another episode of Should You Pull for Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia. Now, as many people in the community have said, we could actually be saying that we're celebrating a bit of Inktober this time around because we're going to be looking at Relm's Lost Chapter. Now, Relm is obviously the artist supreme from Final Fantasy VI and returns with her EX weapon this time around, as well as Edgar and Vivi, who unfortunately do not come with EX weapons this time around. They're just going to be there as little support buffers to Relm's kit, who is obviously who you're going to be wanting to pull for this time around. So is Relm's kit worth pulling for? She's very unique, she's very interesting, and has a lot of quirks that make her different to a lot of characters in the game, but how worth it is she? If you want to find out more about Relm's kit, then stay tuned and keep on watching. Don't forget to check out all of the social media links in the description box below, so that's Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Discord, all sorts of different things. And also don't forget to check out the 2 giveaways that I have in the description box below as well. There's only a few days left on these, so get clicking if you want a chance to win either the Cactuar promos for Final Fantasy TCG or a hand-drawn Sephiroth Portrait done by myself. If you want to have a look at those, then definitely click on those links. Don't forget to check out DissidiaDB.com and check out the Tombury Troop and all of their stuff as well when it comes to all their infographics, which I shall leave a little picture of a bit later on. And of course, don't forget to check out all of the other content creators for Opera Omnia, because we all appreciate the likes, the clicks, the subscribes, and everything else that comes with it. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time talking about Vivi and Edgar on this banner because, unfortunately, as I said earlier, they don't come back with their EX weapons this time around, and neither one of them separates themselves in a big way without their EX weapon. I mean, Edgar in particular was never a particularly good character to begin with, and we're not going to see his EX weapon return until Lan and Rain's Lost Chapter, which is quite a way away. And then Vivi, his EX weapon does come back a couple of times, but honestly he doesn't get an EX Plus for quite a while, so he's not a character you're going to go out of your way to pull for. As a matter of fact, from this point onwards, I'm probably not going to go into very much detail on any character that doesn't have an EX weapon in the future, unless they come without one, like Aphmau in the next banner. You know, she doesn't come with an EX weapon, but from this point onwards, generally speaking, if a character doesn't come with an EX weapon, the chances are your only real reason to get their stuff is to fill out gaps if you already happen to have the rest of their kit. There are exceptions to that rule, of course, but generally speaking, you're never going to really pull on a banner unless you're going for an EX at this point. So let's talk about Relm. Now, Relm is one of the most flavourful characters in Opera Omnia, quite frankly. She's very interesting, she's very quirky, and she has a lot of very unique things about her kit that make her relatively desirable. So what she does is she has an attack that is different depending on which summon you have equipped. So Sketch Summon, as you can see here, changes depending on which summon you have equipped. So you'll get an AoE Brave attack of each element depending on whether you've got, say, Fire for Ifrit, Ice for Shiva, Water for Leviathan, Earth for Brothers, etc, etc. Some of them have a little extra, so like Sylph will give you a Party Battery instead of a Bravery attack, but then you get an HP attack after it. If you have Odin, it's a non-elemental bravery attack, but it has a low chance to instantly break your opponent, which is flavourful in and of itself, if you ask me. And then Pandemonium does slightly more chase HP damage, so there's that to bear in mind as well. She has a lot of really quirky things with Sketch Summon. However, the main reason that people like Relm is because of her Sketch ability. So what Sketch does is it inflicts a debuff onto your opponent, which makes it so that every time they act, Relm gets a free turn immediately after it. So and then with all of her gear and everything, so once you've like Crystal Awoken her as well and she's had all of her stuff, she also gets a Sketch Plus after she's used Sketch. So once she's used that debuff, she'll then get Sketch Plus, which then moves her turn to directly before your opponent gets their turn. Very similarly to Noctis. She also gets a bit of Blind out of it, which is really nice as well. She gets Sap out of using some of her skills as well. So from her 65 ability, so Sketch Long, it inflicts Sap and extends the duration of Sketch by a turn as well. And obviously it's free, just like every Crystal 65 ability. So once you've gotten that together, her attacks don't do very many bravery hits, so they're not going to hit for colossal amounts of damage. But because she gets so many free turns, like I said, she can sketch every enemy that's in the opposing party as well. So she'll get a free turn after every single one of those enemies' moves, and then she can kind of push herself in front of them. She gets so many free turns, it's not even funny, and she just keeps going. This does, however, mean that any buffs that work on Relm tend to fall off very quickly, so you want to be pairing her up with auras rather than buffers more than anything. But speaking of auras, Relm actually comes with a lot herself. So Future Genius Artist, which is an ability that can be buffed by Artifact as well, raises your party's max bravery and attack as long as HP was max at the start of the wave. So that's a pretty solid numbers. You get 15% initially, and you can boost it by another 15% if you have 3 lots of the Future Genius Artist 2-star, which is really, really strong. Her level 68 passive and 58 passives are also both party auras. So she actually, just by being there, does some really nice things for your party. She raises their attack and their max bravery, which are realistically the stats that you realistically want. She buffs herself with her, she gets attack out of using Sketch, so by using her weapons. She gets a little bit of attack up as well, so through the Da Vinci Brush 35 weapon. She gets a little bit of max bravery out of things as well. So basically, she just has some nice buffs just generally, and you're going to be cycling through her skills quite a lot. But because she has so many of these auras, she just kind of works in most party compositions. And then, like I said, you just get, like, by using Sketch, you get to manipulate the turn as much as you physically want. And one thing that's actually very unique when it comes to Relm is if you were to switch into a friend unit during one of her Sketch-based free turns, it's something that's unique to Relm. You actually get the turn that the friend unit comes out doesn't actually take out a turn of the 5 that you would normally get. So you can actually have a little cheeky play with the idea of having 6 turns of a friend unit, and that in and of itself might be reason for people to want to pull. So there's a lot of nice things about Relm, but like I said, she doesn't do a huge amount of damage per turn because she gets so many free turns, and so you kind of want to pair her up with a battery, but then her buffs will fall off because of the battery. She works with everyone, but she's really awkward to place as well. It's very difficult to explain, to be honest, because her Sketch summon is so wide as well. But obviously there are some bosses that you don't really want to take their elemental resistance, so you end up being stuck with a summon you wouldn't normally want to take. So, for example, when was the last time you wanted to take Diabolos into a boss fight because you wanted Dark Element for Sketch summon? You know, there's a lot of really nice things about Relm, but there's a lot of downsides to her kit as well. Now, Relm doesn't actually have an EX Plus yet, as of yet, within the JP version, so we only have the EX itself to work off of. Whether we get an EX Plus soon for Relm so that we can have a look at her future kit, who knows. But as of the making of this video, there is no EX Plus for her. But her Star Prism ability is actually quite good as well. It's a 6-hit AoE Magic Brave HP attack. The Bravery can go up to 150%. HP damage is dealt equally amongst targets, which is a little bit sad, but it would be a bit strong if it was 100% HP damage to everything. And it also inflicts the Sketch debuff, so you get it from this as well as the fact that you get it from her Sketch ability. So realistically, more free turns for Relm. So it has a slightly slow recast rate, which to be fair is probably about right given how many turns that she gets. And she also gets a very much needed HP attack plus, and it's actually a very strong HP attack plus because it raises your party's bravery before she does the HP attack. And it also extends a buff by a turn, which is also very nice. But having a party battery ability that you could cast indefinitely is actually very useful. So if you do get her EX, I wouldn't say that she was a bad pick for the time being, but she may fall off relatively quickly, unfortunately. As I said, there is actually no reoccurrence of Relm EX within JP as of right now, so there's no future banners realistically to look at. If you're looking at Edgar EX, then you can look at Lyle Rain's Lost Chapter and you might be able to pick it up from that, but ultimately Edgar, even then, isn't the best character in the world. He's not a character that's ever going to be necessary for anybody, he's just kind of nice to have. And Vivi doesn't get his EX Plus for quite some time either, so if you're aiming to get Vivi and Edgar stuff from this banner because you want to like pick it up ready for the next time, honestly I wouldn't worry too much about it. If you're pulling on this banner, you're pulling for Relm. Big thank you to Inkwelder and Dreamy and the rest of the Tonberry Troop for providing us with this lovely infographic on Relm, which will give you everything that you need to know about her and her kit, as complicated as it is. And basically it mirrors a lot of what I've already said. The best thing about Relm, in my opinion, is the large array of party auras that she provides. She brings in, I believe, so 20% max attack and max bravery while buffed, another 30% through her artifacts and her Crystal 50 passive, and then another 10% off of her level 68 passive. She gets a lot of just just attack and max bravery, which are the stats you realistically want just by being there. And then all the free turns and everything is really nice, and turn manipulation, as anyone who's played Noctis will know, is good fun to play around with. Admittedly not when you're in a co-op with somebody that uses it, because sometimes they take forever to finish with their turns, and then that can be painful. But generally speaking, turn manipulation is quite unique, and that you don't have anybody else that has their turn immediately after the enemy has acted, quite like Relm's Sketch provides. So if you want somebody with a really unique kit and something that's fun to play with and experiment with, then Relm may well be for you. So do I think that this banner is worth pulling on? Am I going to spend anything on it? No, probably not, if I'm perfectly honest. Relm is cool, she's really cool, but her damage is fairly underwhelming. She's not necessary for anything. She's certainly not bad. She absolutely isn't bad at all. Like I said, her kit's very unique, it's very interesting, she does loads of cool things with turn manipulation, and the friend unit interaction is actually really cool as well. So if you want to pull for Relm, you wouldn't be wasting things on her, but with November coming really, really close, I know people read me all the time because I said that I either go, yes, you should pull on everything this month, or no, you shouldn't pull on anything because the next power creep is coming. It's because that's kind of how the game goes at the moment. Like, we'll have a month that's quiet, and then we'll have a month where there's like 3 or 4 banners that you want to pull on, and it goes crazy. This is a quieter month for us. Believe it or not, we've had Noel, who's really strong. We've got Leon coming, who's really strong. We have Lion coming, who's really strong. But they're like the top end of the current power creep, whereas the next power creep coming with Cloud, EX+, Charlotta, things like that, is just another step above it. And Relm, unfortunately, in my eyes, doesn't quite meet the criteria for me to want to use her in Chaos, in Chaos missions or anything like that. She's not unusable in them, but she's not the first character that I would pick to go into them. So ultimately, no, I don't think that I would pull on this banner. I won't even be spending tickets on it. Some people may want to throw a few tickets in there to try and chance it, but personally I'm actually making it a personal goal because I've been saving so much to actually try and hit the 999 ticket cap. I'm currently just under 800, so I want to see if it's possible for me if I farm all of my summon boards and everything like that. I want to see if it's possible to hit 999 as EX Plus Arise, because that would be really, really cool and a massive achievement of restraint for me. So let me know in the comments below whether you're going to be pulling for Relm. That's going to be it for this video from me, and good luck to you all if you do. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and ring the bell for notifications for when any of my next videos come up, and of course stay tuned for the next video on whether you should pull for Aphmau and Lion. So that's going to be coming very soon. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye now.